Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have a video that was sprung on me by this comment that I had received this morning about, I'm just gonna read it to you, or recite it to you, or whatever. It said, "What a beautiful one-eyed lady you are." And I will get into why that is totally not right and totally awkward, but this video is going to tell you and educate you on how not to be awkward around people with disabilities or people in general. So stay tuned if you are totally interested in this video. Before I actually get started though, hit that Before I actually get started and you want to join the party, hit that beautiful red button down below and subscribe. Why not? It's free. Also, since YouTube doesn't like to notify people of when I upload, when you subscribe, there is a notification bell right next to it, so you are reassured that there is no miscommunication of you not being notified of any of my videos. Let's get on into this video. So, what I said earlier about not being awkward around people who have disabilities, yes, I understand it's scary and it's you don't know what's going on. So this is tips and tricks on how to get around being awkward, and hopefully this educates you on how to, I don't know, maybe make a friend who has a disability. I don't know. Hopefully, you just don't be rude. That's all I care about, is people who are respectful to everybody. And it's a cruel, cruel place. I understand people are gonna take this and be like, run with it, but it's totally up to you what you do with it. I don't care, as long as this information is out there and it helps somebody. So, that being said, people with disabilities, we don't want to be targeted. We want to be respected. So what that means is we don't want to be like, ew, what is wrong with your face? No, we want to, we want someone who comes across as respectful and positive about our disability, who looks at it and says, yes, that is something unique and different, and yes, I will take that into account when talking to them, and yes, I will take that into account when walking with them as well, or rolling with them, or whatever your form of transportation is. And we're gonna get right on into the 5 tips and tricks on how not to be awkward around people with disabilities or people in general. So the first one is, do not say unwanted things. And this goes back to the comment that I saw this morning about one-eyed lady. The person could have said, what a beautiful lady you are. That's perfectly fine. I've gotten that so many times, that's perfectly fine. I love compliments, but when it comes to what a beautiful one-eyed lady you are, last time I checked, I have 2 eyes. 1, 2. So take that into account as well. Someone may take that as offensively. I didn't really take that offensively because I understood where the person was coming from. They were just very awkward. They didn't know how to interact with me. I totally get it. That's perfectly fine. That's why I'm doing this video. Also, number 2. If you think it's rude, it probably is. And here's a tip for you. Here's a pro tip for you. How to get around this, and that is to write it down, recite it to a friend, tell someone, ask someone, does this sound rude to you? And if they say yes, it does, change this, that, and the other thing, and you change it, and it doesn't sound rude, it probably isn't. But if it sounds rude, you gotta take that into account, because the other person's feelings are in play. If you sound rude and you expect a certain way and it turns out the person is angry at you, you're not gonna get what you wanted in the long run. Why not just make both parties happy and be respectful and play to their strengths opposed to playing to their weaknesses, if that makes any sense. Number 3. Don't sound like a know-it-all. Because chances are, if you have both functioning legs, if you have both functioning arms, if you have a brain that works perfectly fine, and if you have 2 functioning eyes, or if you have a face that looks normal, chances are you will not understand what the person's going through, and that's perfectly fine. That is okay. At least admit it. At least say, I don't know what that feels like, can you explain? chances are that person is going to be very, very respected, and they're going to answer every question that you have, even the silly ones, because I've been there. I have respected people who said, I don't know what that's like, can you explain please? And that gets a lot more bees with honey than I don't know what does. But honestly, people who come at me rude, or people who have come at my friends rude who have disabilities, they don't get what they want. And why not just play to, why not just respect people? That's where I'm coming from. Why not just respect people? Why not just say, hey, I take that into account. What is that like? I want to know. I want to know. I want to know. Like, ask questions. Questions are perfectly fine to anybody. And in a respectful way, that is. Number 4 is a big thing with me personally. Be respectful without being overbearing. And this example that I'm going to tell you is what I had to, explain to a lot of people who have 2 functioning eyes. And it is more or less, if you're crossing the street and you see someone with a white cane, and which is, the iconic white cane with the little red tip and the long white cane and the, whatever, you know what I'm talking about, right? I'll put a picture somewhere if you don't know what I'm talking about. But if you see someone with that, right, and they're trying to cross the street, do not grab their arm and pull. They will not respect you, and they will have no idea what you're doing. And they will literally be like, I'm not moving, do not touch me. Because at that point, you are going against their personal boundaries, and that is not okay. First, ask them if they need help. Don't just do it for them. Don't just accept that they are invalid, they can't do anything. Ask if they need help. That will gain a lot more respect than just grabbing the arm, pulling. That is not cool. Take that into consideration when you talk to people with disabilities. Because chances are they are very smart, they're very enthusiastic. Sometimes they're not, but if you get them going on a certain subject, they can't stop talking. So play to certain strengths. Like, ask them how their day is. Like, treat them like a normal person. But if they tell you their story, say, oh man, what is that like? Like, don't be like rude about it. Number 5 is a big thing with me, and be kind. And this being said, this meaning, don't give pity to them when they tell you their story. Because if they have the courage to tell you their story, they're not looking for, oh man, I'm sorry to hear that. No, they're looking for questions. They're looking for, different things to pull in different events and different adventures. And it's so interesting talking to certain people who have different things going on in their life, because that is where you learn from certain people, and that is where being kind and being respectful really pays off with certain people, because you can learn so much more if you just open yourself up and be kind and be respectful. Okay, my spiel is done. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you learned something. If you did, comment below what you learned. Try not to be rude, try to be respectful, and try to play nice in the comments. Okay, I love you guys. Also, before I am finished, and you want to join the party, hit that beautiful red button down below and, subscribe. It's free. Why not? There is a notification bell right next to it, so you can hit it whenever you want. It notifies you of whenever I post. I love you guys. Stay beautiful and positive, and do something magical.